Hello everyone. How many of you have heard of Margaret Mitchell? She is the author of the famous American Civil War era book Gone with the Wind, one of my favorite books. But what's the connection between Margaret and the Money Matters video? There's nothing but a funny quote that I found very relevant this season. Margaret says, and I quote, "Death and taxes and childbirth. There is never any convenient time for any of them." So in the last few weeks, did you find yourself breaking your head over your advance tax commitments? Did you find yourself rushing to submit your investment declarations to your employer and your HR department? Were you worried or confused about the impact of the changes in the budget on your tax bill? If so, please pay attention to the next few minutes. First, I would like to reiterate that taxes are here to stay, and there is no point trying to find ways of avoiding taxes where there are actually none. Especially if your primary source of income are salaries, then there are very limited options available to save taxes or to even reduce taxes. And the next point that we should pay attention to is we should not invest in tax saving instruments just for the purpose of saving taxes. For example, if you should not be investing in an equity linked savings scheme just for a period of 3 years in order to save taxes if you do not want to hold the instrument long term for a period of 5 to 7 years, because ELSS schemes are subject to a lot of volatility. Similarly, if you should not be investing in a PPF scheme or an insurance policy for 15 years or plus if you want the income before that, if you want liquidity in your investments. So what I am trying to say here is your tax saving investments also should be aligned with your overall risk appetite, your return expectations for your goals, your time horizon. So if I were to rate tax saving instruments, I would still say if you are under 40 years of age, then PF and PPF still provide the best safe and ideal returns in terms of the ATC options. But if you are able to stomach the volatility and you can hold your investments for a period of 5 to 7 years, then ELSS mutual funds provide the best long-term returns. I would avoid insurance policies, ULIPs, and even NSE and tax saving fixed deposits because the returns are not very ideal, though there are tax exemptions. Especially, do not invest in insurance policies only because of the tax exemption, because there are several other instruments which offer better returns without the rigid structure of both traditional policies and unit linked plans. And now for a quick update on the recent change in the budget on PF contribution. Budget 2021 has proposed to tax interest on PF contributions about 2.5 lakhs. If your annual PF contribution is less than 2.5 lakhs per month, then there is no impact either on your taxes or on your returns. But if you are a PF subscriber who is contributing more than rupees 20,000 per month even voluntarily, then you need to take a relook at your PF subscription because the returns are going to come down. But however, even after this change, the PF returns would be 5.5 to 6%, which is comparable with bank deposits and even RBI bonds. But if you are not happy with those kind of returns, then maybe it is time to divert your incremental PF contribution to perhaps a SIP in a balanced fund. So that's all for now, friends. Don't stress over your taxes. Apparently, Einstein himself said that the hardest thing to understand in this world is income tax. So do contact your tax advisor and make the whole experience of planning and paying taxes less taxing on you. Have a fantastic day.